Well, welcome back to EP Integrations, and I'm about to anneal some 6.5 Creedmoor. Figured I'd have you guys join me on getting this Starline brass annealed. And I'm not going to dive deep into this of why you should anneal, how you should get your EP20 annealer going, why you should use the glow method or Tempelac or blah, blah, blah. That's why I developed that 5-part reloading series, especially in part 2, which is specifically on annealing using the EP20 annealer, where I dive deep in all those details. I just want to give you a realistic idea of how much time it takes to use the glow method, get through the glow method, position your torch head, blah, 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 and get through these 50 pieces, and then show you how consistent all 50 pieces are. That's really what this video is all about. So check out the description box below for that reloading series, especially if you're interested in annealing. Check out part 2 of that series. Enough said, let's get this going. I'm gonna get my torch going here. Usually what I do is get that flame at full max, lower it down, and bring it back up. Usually I try to get that hotter blue inner corona flame about 1 inch long, maybe a tad bit over 1 inch. I'll let that run for a little bit, make sure it's staying consistent at roughly about 1 1/8 inches, just a tad bit over 1 inch. So here is the brass I'm about to anneal, and this is my test brass. So this brass has been over annealed many times. It's glowing red hot. It's already destroyed. Should have been thrown away a long time ago, but I'm going to use this test brass just to set the location of my flame and the speed. So typically what I like to do is lower the speed down, point where it's coming to a crawl. Gives me more time to locate the torch head and get this so the very tip of that hotter blue inner flame is damn near touching the brass, but not touching the brass. Now remember, this is test brass. I don't care if it gets destroyed. It's already been destroyed. I'm just using this to set the location of my torch. And that looks just about perfect. Now at this point, with just 2 pieces of brass, I've set the location of the torch. So I'm going to dim down the lights using the glow method. Still using test brass here. This is where I set the amount of time, or the timer, of how long it's in the flame by using the glow method. And I get it so the neck and the shoulder just starts to glow and drops out. And that is way too hot. I'm going to speed this up. Something more like 26 here. Just when the neck and the shoulder starts to glow, it drops out of the flame. And neck's glowing, shoulder starts to glow, and just drops out. So that looks pretty good. I'm actually going to move my torch head up just a little bit more. Just barely touching the brass. Not really touching, just barely off the brass. And that's pretty good. I'm going to do one more piece here. And the neck and the shoulder just starts to glow and drops out. I'm going to speed that up just a little bit more. Closer to 29. I'm going to clip you guys out on this next one so you can get a better idea. So you can see that's way too hot. So I'm going to speed this up to 32. And this digital readout is just a amount of voltage that goes to the motor. It just gives you a reference. And it's starting to glow and drops out. And that's pretty darn good. I'm going to do one more piece of test brass here. Remember, this is just for setting the heat and the torch head, and that looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to clip you guys back into the tripod here. Now I'm going to dump this test brass out into my glass bowl, and I'm going to grab my actual reloaded brass here. And it's just starting to glow and drops out. So I'm going to speed this up ever so slightly to 34. And otherwise, I think that is pretty good. I'm going to put one more piece of actual brass in here. I'm going to get you guys a little bit closer. Starts to glow and drops out, and that looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to get the lights back on here. Get you guys clip back in. And I'm checking out these Anneal marks, and they look amazing. That Anneal mark is roughly about 1/4 of an inch down on the body of the brass. So that looks really, really good. So at this point, I'm just gonna give her hell. And that's the reason why we use test brass, so you don't damage at least the first couple pieces of actual reloaded brass here. And this is where I can just kind of feed them one after another. And by using the glow method like that, that's where you can get your EP 2.0 annealer up and running in no time flat. And I'll do this in real time here, just give you guys a realistic idea of how long it takes to do 50 pieces of 6.5 Creedmoor. And when we're done here, I'm going to pull out about 3 miscellaneous pieces out of this pile of brass here, just to show you how consistent these anneal marks are. And just like that, we're up and running just by using test brass. And I'll use this test brass over and over and over to get my EP 2.0 annealer running. And I'll use this test brass over and over and over and over. You know, at some point when I start to throw away some other 6.5 Creedmoor, I'll throw that in the trash and transfer some other brass I'm about to throw away. I'll actually swap out this test brass and recycle it that way. I'll get you guys a little bit closer here. Kind of run a camera at the same time. And obviously at this point, it's really important not to bump the EP 2.0 annealer machine and obviously your torch head. Once you get it where you want it, you gotta set it and forget it. Make sure you don't bump this. And that's the reason why I didn't go with a fixed torch head with the annealer. Just slide it to where you need it to be, and it's really quick, fast, and simple. And that's the whole point of around the EP 2.0 annealer. It's all about the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right? I'm not calling you guys stupid, obviously, but it's just, you know, as good old saying goes, keep it simple, stupid. And that's why I could really care less if annealer has a hopper or not, especially when you're doing 50, 100, maybe even 200 pieces. I could really care less if it has a hopper. To be honest with you, if you got to pick up the brass and orientate the brass and put it into a hopper, regardless if I'm still picking up the brass, orientating the brass, and put it on a single feed fence, to me, I could really care less. I'd rather have the quick adjustability of going from cartridge to cartridge, and that's where the EP 2.0 annealer really shines, is the fact that it can go from 300 blackout to 50 BMG within seconds. And that's why we designed it this way. And I'm going to count off this next piece here. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000. So roughly 6 seconds. That's about normal for larger cartridges like this. Usually 223 is about 5 to 6. But once again, it's not about going off the timer. It's really not going off the amount of seconds the brass is in the flame. It's all about the glow method. Getting that neck and the shoulder, the second it starts to glow, you get it out of flame. And you're trying to shoot for that anneal mark to go down roughly about 1/4 of an inch down the body of the brass. And just like that, in less than 10 minutes, we got this up and going with test brass, got our glow method just right, and went through 50 pieces in less than 10 minutes. And it really, really is that easy. So at this point, obviously your torch head is extremely hot. You got to be careful with that. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to shut this down. Obviously your brass stopper here is extremely hot, so make sure you're careful with that. But I'm going to clip you guys out here and just pick 3 miscellaneous pieces out of here. Sure, some of these are pretty warm. But we're just going to, man, yeah, some of these are definitely warm. So I'm going to pick some here just to show you how consistent these anneal marks are. And man, that is definitely warm. But I didn't meticulously pick these out. You could see that anneal mark is exactly 1/4 of an inch down the body of the brass. And look how consistent those anneal marks are. Now, just to show you how consistent all 50 anneals here, just to kind of prove a point, I'm going to get all 50 pieces back into the EP Integrations lockdown reloading block. Another amazing patent pending product from EP Integrations. If you want to lock this down in the casing, you can do that. You just push this middle tray forward, lock these knurled knobs down, and these will not wobble whatsoever. Great for dropping powder. When you're done dropping powder and ready to seat those bullets, you can feather this off ever so slightly, just like so. You can easily add and remove those casings. But I'm going to get this locked back down. I'm going to clip you guys out of here just to show you how consistent all 50 anneals are. And that is what it's all about. Exactly 1/4 of an inch down on the body of the brass. And it's just all super, super consistent on all 50 pieces. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this non-edited, real-time annealing of 50 pieces of 6.5 Creedmoor Starline brass. Like I said before, check out the description box below if you want to get a more detailed, in-depth view of the EP20 annealer in part 2, or especially if you're new to reloading, the entire 5-part reloading series from EP Integrations. Also, check out the description box below for www.epintegrations.com if you're interested in the EP2.0 annealer or the EP lockdown reloading block or tray, whatever you want to call it. And also, just to let some of you guys know, you might not be aware of this, but we are a Vortex dealer. We are now selling Vortex optics. We're currently carrying the Vortex Strike Eagle 5-25, Vortex Venom 5-25, and Vortex binoculars. Matter of fact, they come with a free hat. They also have bonus bucks where if you purchase one of those Vortex optics, you can spend those bonus bucks on EP Integrations products such as the annealer and the lockdown reloading block. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, scratch my back. I'll continue to scratch yours by subscribe, like, and share. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next EP Integrations video.